Something like beautiful boys and girls. I don't know if you can hear a knocking noise. I've been hearing it all day. I don't know what it is, so sorry guys if you hear that. But this is what if Naruto was an Uchiha. And for this to work, Minato, Naruto's dad, would be half Uchiha, half Namikaze. For that to work. For this to work. And I'm gonna say that Kushina, there you go, is still in Uzumaki. She's still 100% Uzumaki. So, it all started off with Naruto being born. Oh yeah, and in this, Naruto would have the 8 tails instead of the 9 tails. So, that's for a reason in the story, for future. But don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it too much. Plus, it's another reason for that because Kurama, after Madara, sealing him away, Kurama, hates Uchihas. So, and a lot of you may be like, but we want a bond. We want to see a bond with an Uchiha finally with Kurama. It's never going to happen. Just accept it. Alright, so, this all started off with Naruto being born. And instead of the 9 tails, it was the 8 tails that had attacked. This had killed many, but not as much as the 9 tails, So I'm gonna say that Kushina and Minato would still be alive, basically. So this is what if Kushina and Minato were still alive, basically. Actually, no. I was gonna do that, but we have to kill him off again for this to work. So, when he was first born, and Minato fighting Obito right now, Minato was born. Not Minato. Naruto was born, and he had come out with bright red. He had come out with black eyes, black as the night. Oh my god, that knocking noise is getting on my nerves. But he came out with his eyes black as night. Kushina had took one look at him and knew he was an Uchiha from the start. Alright. After this, Kushina and Minato had died. The same thing. But in this, Naruto would have gained his first Tamui just from their, deaths. And you're like, but he's a baby, how could this happen? He opened his eyes as a baby to see them die for his last few seconds before he closed them again. So he had awakened his first Tamui as a baby. Or first version of Sharingan, basically. Hiruzen would have gone over to Naruto and seen that his Sharingan first Tamui was unlocked. He would have stopped them from doing anything and just held Naruto. He had promised to Kushina and Minato that he would keep him safe. Naruto grew up hated for 2 reasons. He had the 8 tails sealed in him, and he was also an Uchiha. For this to work, the Uchiha clan was slaughtered before Naruto was even born. So Itachi would know nothing about Naruto at all. So, if you guys want to argue, but he would have killed Minato too, he's an Uchiha. Danzo knew that wouldn't be able to happen without, him going out, because Minato is the Yellow Flash, so he just had to keep that one Uchiha alive. But Danzo always wants to keep a look on Naruto. Naruto growing up had trained himself. Him and Sasuke actually got along really well and were friends, even though they called each other brothers, thinking they were. Here. Sasuke knew that Itachi was his brother, and but Naruto had known nothing about the Uchiha massacre. Naruto would have Naruto and Sasuke would begin training again for hard work. Naruto and Sasuke were, the popular ones around school. Like Sakura wasn't like, ew, Naruto. Sakura was like, ooh, Naruto's not as good as Sasuke, but like I can take it. So Naruto would have grown up with a pretty normal life, but some villagers still made sure that they showed their hate for him. And if you guys are like, what do you mean a pretty normal life? They were scared if they had attacked him or made any comments at him that he would show his Sharingan and kill them all. So that's why. So Naruto would not have, knowing that he had already unlocked his Sharingan. He did not know this at all. Oh yeah, when he was a baby and he unlocked his first movie, blood did not come out of his eyes and stuff. So, yeah, another thing. I think you only get that when you unlock Mangekyou anyway. But, so, Naruto had grown up So Naruto had grown up with Sasuke, and those two were back to back. Sasuke used his, when they had in Academy Day, they had to choose which weapons they would use. Sasuke picked up a normal but short katana, but Naruto picked up a blade that has like. Well, if you watch Demon Slayer, guys, you know that one blade that the Beast guy uses? Well, that's basically the sword that Naruto uses. But he has it on. But he also has a regular katana. Like in this picture you can see at his back. So, those were basically the weapons they had picked to use for that one training day. Naruto would have wanted to keep these weapons though. So he just snuck them into the Uchiha compound. No, they wouldn't live in the Uchiha compound because, a lot happened there. But Naruto would keep his stuff in the apartment that he had with Sasuke. Because, they thought each other were brothers. So Naruto would then cook up a bowl of ramen after training. He'd be like, wow, whew, Sasuke, that day of training was long. Sasuke would have been like, but it's not long enough. After I get stronger if I want to beat Itachi. Naruto does know who Itachi is, but doesn't think that he's his brother like Sasuke. Sasuke had then gone out at night. Danzo would have attacked Sasuke like attacking in Shisui. He'd be like, well, hello. He'd just say, well, hello, out of the shadows, and the battle would begin. Hiruzen would hear it clashing, but we think it's just Naruto and Sasuke training again. Naruto walking out of the room after hearing clashing right next to his apartment, then see Sasuke on the floor, covering one of his eyes. Yes, no, that eye is not gone. It's just, it hurts. Naruto would have snatched Sasuke's eye out if Naruto hadn't come out of the shadows and just took his katana from under his bed and would have told Naruto to go back and maybe we won't tell the Hokage about this. Naruto would have stepped back knowing that Naruto knows how to fight as well. And he almost had lost to this brat at Sasuke. So he knew he couldn't handle Naruto yet. Well, he did almost lose. He almost won, but he got pretty damaged against a brat like this. So he wouldn't want another brat to damage him more and possibly kill him. Naruto had walking back. And some Ambu would have come out the shadows to greet him and walk away with him. The Ambu would have been like, "Did you even snatch the other boy's eye?" He would have said, "No, I came close to, though, if that dang 8-tailed brat didn't come in." From this team, they would have gone to class. Naruto would have not pulled the prank just like in canon. He would have not, because he's mature. And I'm gonna say Sakura isn't on a team with them. I'm actually gonna make Hinata the team person for this. But yeah. Kakashi, knowing that he has two Uchiha on his team, this would have been a big problem. But it would be easier to teach them because, well, he has a Sharingan too. In this, Naruto knows only a few, like 2 jutsu, and he uses his own like sword and stuff. He only knows how to do 2 clones because he never stole the scroll in this. So the thing with Mitsuki didn't happen yet. But that does not mean Mitsuki's not. That does not mean Mitsuki is around. They eventually found out that he worked for Orochimaru. But so, Naruto. The jutsu he can use is he can make up to 3 shadow clones, and the other jutsu is something, his own personal jutsu that he had made, which is a combination of wind style. I think that's from the Uzumaki. And I think it is. I don't know. I think actually wind style is Namikaze, but I gotta do anything I can get. Plus, Minato was half Namikaze. So, it's an own jutsu made of a mix of fire and wind. And he calls it Great Outburst. He calls it Great Flame Outburst. And he doesn't use the jutsu because what happens is the wind fuels up the fire and the flame grows like super big. So it could honestly hurt anyone. Another reason Danzo knew, another reason that Danzo didn't fight him. And Danzo knew he had this jutsu because he's been watching those 2 train. And he can just see Naruto's Sharingan begin to slowly unlock its powers. Naruto within it was the team fight. Kakashi would say, "Well then, let's see who we're fighting." Hinata would then give her speech each and say, I want to protect, well, she doesn't say who, but she just says, I want to protect someone, aka Naruto. And she's like, I also want to fight for my clan. Sasuke says, I want to make sure that the Uchiha clan comes back. And he's like saying all this stuff about how he wants to kill a certain someone, as well as trying to resurrect the, Uchiha clan. Naruto's speech is that he wants to make sure that his little world / Sasuke, yeah, that's what he calls him, even though Sasuke would be older than this, basically. We never found out, did we? Well, whatever. But Naruto would say, I want to protect my little bro Sasuke. And he would also say, I'm trying to make sure that he steers and I'm going to steer the Uchiha clan back into the right direction. Naruto would say. Kakashi will say, well, you 3 are all interesting, but if you want to pass and actually become a ninja, then come get these bells. In 3, 2, 1, go. Guys, that's when I'm gonna stop it. Make sure to. I'm gonna try to actually hit the like goal of 2 likes. I was gonna say 1 because the channel's not that big. Actually, no. I'm gonna try to hit the like goal of 1 like, and maybe I'll do a part 2 of this. 1 like is the like goal, also. Bye, guys. Bye.